し俺たちに手伝えることがあったら、
So Hunter x Hunter is on hiatus again, and I know what you're thinking. You're free, you know. You can finally go back to your life. You spent the equivalent of a college quarter reading one madman's never-ending story. And then the next year will come. And Wall Street Journal will publish Hunter x Hunter again, and you will be back confused on what the hell just happened because you forgot everything. Well, don't worry, because I forgot too. Which is why I need to remind myself, I mean remind you! So Gon finally found his dad Jing, but sometimes they call him Gon also doesn't have a job anymore because he's officially the age of 339, so he's retired. Well, actually, he got let go because he ended up costing the Hunters Association a lot of money keeping that stupid little shit alive. And because Gon can't support Killua anymore, they had to get a divorce. So Killua ends up in an incestual relationship with his overpowered sister, or brother depending on your political affiliation. Anyways, now that those two losers have been written out of the story, it's time for this little cutie to shine. This guy. This is Beyond Netero. He's the son of Anime Buddha. And now you're thinking, when did Isaac get a son? He spent his entire life punching the air. Well, first of all, he wasn't punching the air, he was fisting the Earth's Nen, and by inserting his Nen into the Earth gave birth to a being beyond our comprehension, and that's why we call him Beyond. So Beyond wants to go to the Dark Continent. What is the Dark Continent? Well, there's more to see that can ever be seen. More to do that can ever be done. There's far too much to take in here. More to find that can ever be found. It's the circle of oh hell no! So why would anyone want to go to the Dark Continent? Same reason why everyone wants to fuck your mom. We all have our reasons, but ultimately, we just think your mom's pretty hot. But you don't need to worry about that, because we'll never get there. Unless we have a boat. Good thing Beyond is friends with the king of the Kakin Empire, which is basically if China and Russia had a baby that wasn't retarded. Anyways, the king makes an announcement video that he's going on a trip to the Dark Continent, which gets on trending, pissing off the V5, which is a smartphone, and after some controversial debates, they end up allowing Kakin to join V5, allowing them to go on that expedition to the Dark Continent. Because at the end of the day, they all agreed that your mom is a MILF. So now the Hunters Association gets involved and the V5 hires the Zodiacs to deal with Beyond, who has his own team of Temp Hunters, which includes Jing, the country of France, and one spy on the Zodiacs. Meanwhile, the Zodiacs recruit 2 new members to fill the void. This includes Detective Pikachu.
You lie! Somebody's gotta get stabbed! Somebody's gotta get stabbed! Stabbed!
Who is after the Scarlet Eyes owned by the 4th Prince of Kakan, and Oreo, who continues to fail his way up in life. Anyways, Beyond turns himself into the Zodiacs because there's no reason to start fighting before they get to the Dark Continent. And if you're wondering why it's taking so damn long to start sailing, well, you can blame bureaucracy for that one, just like in real life. So now it's time to set sail, right? Actually, no. Before that, Hisoka and Chrollo are having a death match on Heaven's Arena. How did that happen? Who cares? You've spent so much time studying political science that you need some action or else you'll start protesting. So now the Spiders plus Illumi and Kaludo are also on the boat as well, because they want to steal shit. And there's another reason that involves the outcome of the prior death match. So now all the important players are on a whale and it should be smooth sailing to the Dark Continent, right? Well, it's going to take 2 months to get to a deserted island to drop off all the normies before the Hunters are allowed to take the ship to the actual Dark Continent, and things need to happen. Otherwise it'd be a boring cruise. Good thing the King of Kakan is secretly using this voyage as an excuse to find the next king in the form of a succession war, or the Suck War for short. And now this is where Togashi decides to go full Chinese, dropping tons of new information and hundreds of new characters. It might as well be a preliminary reading for the Romance of the Three Kingdoms because you're about to read a novel. And you probably watch your anime subbed, so you already know how to read, so no excuses! So the Suck War is basically a battle royale. However, beforehand, the king played Pot of Greed before it was banned, and now every prince has a Nen Beast that's basically a Tamagotchi. Look at them, they're so cute! These Nen Beasts prevent the princes from directly killing each other. Even then, the princes aren't allowed to meet each other outside of the banquet, which is a scheduled party. So the only way for a prince to kill another prince is to have other people assassinate them, but the assassins can't get caught, otherwise they'll be executed along with their entire family. So it's a battle royale, except there's a ton of bureaucracy and legal problems, so princes have to find loopholes to kill each other, just like in real life. But don't get caught, or they'll be arrested. So if you're wondering why they don't just kill each other like the good old days, you can blame modern day civilization. So now we can talk about the key players in the game. Most importantly, the family dynamic of the king. So we have the king who believes in polygamy, and well, he married the first girl that confessed to him. The king was pretty self-conscious about his looks. Then he realized that he could do better, he just needed to have some confidence. Also, being the king helps his chances with women. So he got an objectively hotter wife, and judging by the amount of children he had with her, she must have been good in the sack. Then he realized that his country has nothing to offer but his seed, so he started whoring himself out in order to secure trade routes saving his economy, which explains why his wives got progressively older and seemed like they want to run for presidency. Then the king realized that he just wants to get his dick wet, so he starts marrying younger women. What a selfish man. So now the king has 8 wives and 14 legitimate children. The children are all referred to as prince, regardless of gender, because if they were called Ojos, they would never shut up. So now we go over the princes, right? Well, before we do that, we need to go over the queens, since they have an important role in this story. Each queen has an advantage over the succeeding queen. Basically, they have spies watching the later queens. After all, these wives deserve some benefits for not divorcing the king after he cheated on them. These spies disguise themselves as bodyguards, and well, they can be assassins. Because the later queens and princes are disadvantaged, they resort to posting vague Craigslist job offers for hunters to protect them. That's how Detective Pikachu and his hunter friends get involved in the Suck War, and ultimately end up learning about it. Anyways, on to the princess now. First, we have Benjamin, better known as Lion King. He has the most advantages. For one, he has the most bodyguards, so he is able to watch over all the princes. Second, he's in charge of the army, and most importantly, he has Mike Tyson on his side. Oh, and he also has Nen. So he's a favorite to win, which means he'll probably die. Next, we have Camilla, also known as Wobbuffet. She's kind of a brat, but she also has a good side. After all, she wants to die, and I can relate. She also has a faction of suicide bombers assigned to each prince. Nen is stronger after death, and so is my erection. The third prince, Zhang basically Krillin, is probably the richest. However, he doesn't have any Nen users on his team, so he's one of the underdogs despite being ranked 3rd. Fortunately for him, just like Krillin, he's actually really smart to compensate for his weakness. He also funds the Shiyu Mafia that keeps the order within the lower class populace. And I guess I should mention that the Black Whale also holds mostly poor citizens from Kakan trying to immigrate to the Dark Continent. And why would they want to go immigrate to an unknown land? Because they watched a YouTube video and saw how hot your mom is. So there are 3 mafia families that keep the order within the lower levels of the ship, because there has to be some kind of government while the upper class try to kill each other. Might as well have the mafia do it. Speaking of gangsters, after Giorno Giovanna's contract with JoJo ended, he ended up getting a new job in Hunter x Hunter. I hope he gets a salary during the break, otherwise he's going to be unemployed for a very long time. So the 4th prince,
Saridnich.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, is the younger brother of the 1st prince. So Tyrannosaurus Rex is a genius, but he doesn't know Nen. Then he discovers Nen, because Pikachu made the concept of Nen public so he could warn his friends. His hunter employees don't want to teach him Nen because he's evil, but they have no choice, or else his Nen beast will literally destroy them. So he's pretty much the main antagonist of the arc. Oh, I also forgot to mention that he also funds a mafia family, and the leader of that family is an illegitimate daughter of the king. And she has the ability to turn your life into Undertale, and one of her grunts is already going on a genocide run, which causes some instability on the ship. Huh. You know, I don't know how they're going to kill Tyrannosaurus Rex. Maybe if we wait long enough, he'll go extinct. To Beba, the 5th prince. She's really smart because she's a scientist, but at this rate, she'll probably die, because she doesn't believe in God.
Stupid bitch! Are you seeing a pattern?
The 6th prince, Tyson, who is a god, to her Discord server, so she'll probably end up causing a terrorist attack on the boat, killing thousands of people because that's what cults do in Japan. 7th prince, Lazarus, who is played by Snoop Dogg. The man just wants to smoke weed. He's actually my bet to win because he wants to rehabilitate drug users, which is a pretty nice thing to do, which means he's going to die. But luckily for him, he funds the remaining Mafia family, which just so happens to recruit the help of the Spiders, after some of their members became Undertale fans. So it seems like both the Spiders and Pikachu might end up indirectly helping each other in their fight against Tyrannosaurus Rex. 8th Prince, Salesale, and he's not paying for sex, he's just naturally charismatic. He's also the greatest rapper of our generation, with classic lyrics such as you should give to his Patreon. Hulkenberg, the 9th Prince, the Orange Man, starring Jotaro Kujo, a prince who out of all the princes is actually serious about politics and has no desire to fight or kill his family, despite having one of the most powerful Nen beasts on his side. He's definitely a favorite to win the war, but only if he has the resolve to kill them all. 10th and 11th Prince, Kacho and Fugetsu. The two are sisters, and they share a deep bond. One might say, in a different manga, they would be doing very inappropriate things. Fugetsu has the door to Kacho's true heart, and Kacho can't live with or without you. These two are cute, and Togashi would never hurt cute girls, right? Momose, the 12th Prince, another cute girl, except she doesn't have a sister, she has a brother. But luckily she has Hanzo, who is basically Hitman. Hanzo's cool, dude. Miriam, the 13th Prince. He is the child of light. No, not really. All he does is play Fortnite and looks at a stupid hamster. But this kid's going to make it far. On TikTok, because he's got Best Girl Biscuit and a goddamn dragon. That's not fair. I want a dragon. And finally, the 14th Prince, Wobble the Baby, with his mom and oh, nice.